Thanks, Rosie.
Sure.
Harrisburg is a small town that had a big problem. Residents say starting back on August 8th, their AT&T cell service would go out sometimes. At times it was multiple times a day.
Well, KMUH's India Everett originally broke the story and tells us what it took to fix the problem.
Back in September, we got an email tip that cell service had been out in Harrisburg for a whole weekend. I checked into it and found out cell service had been on and off for nearly 2 months in Harrisburg.
AT&T customers told me then they were communicating with the company, but the only response then was an offer of vouchers for lost service.
But residents really just wanted their cell service back. They told me it was an inconvenience and a safety issue.
Last weekend we had a student who had a really bad accident, a car accident, and fortunately her phone was working at that time, but had it not been, she could have been in a bad situation. And there's also other people in the area that are elderly and rely on their phones, and it's just been very spotty whether it was going to work or not.
So I got in touch with AT&T to ask about the problem, but all I got out of the company was this statement.
AT&T customers in Harrisburg may have experienced issues with the wireless service during several days in September, including Monday morning. Technicians worked to resolve each issue, and service in Harrisburg is currently running normally. We are closely monitoring the network and apologize for this inconvenience. But residents told me the next day that things were not running normally and that service had been down all night. So I set out again to try and find out just what the problem was. After continued complaints, the president of Missouri AT&T called the Harrisburg City Council to discuss the issues.
On October 4th, the city clerk posted this letter around town asking AT&T customers to be patient, saying that the problem should be fixed soon.
And on October 9th, I received another statement from AT&T. Due to a software issue, some wireless customers in the Harrisburg area may have experienced intermittent service issues. The issue has been resolved and service is currently running normally. We know customers count on their wireless services and we apologize for this inconvenience. But once again, that same day, a resident told me the problems were still happening. AT&T customers said they wanted the problem fixed, so I gave out the contact information that I had for AT&T, and a Harrisburg resident sent in an email demanding service.
He said soon after, a technician from St. Louis and local CenturyLink technicians were coming to Harrisburg to fix the lines.
2 days later, residents said the large outages were fixed, but outages lasting a few minutes would still happen 5 to 6 times a day. Those finally ended the week of October 14th with most problems fixed. In the end, AT&T said the problem came from landlines connecting the tower in Harrisburg to CenturyLink and vendors testing equipment. Ultimately, the persistence of residents to call in a reporter to fight for them, as well as go to bat against AT&T themselves, allowed this little town to win against a giant phone company. India Everett, KMU8 News, Harrisburg.
We will continue to monitor the phone service in Harrisburg and keep you updated on any changes. Your market report is up next.